Hi guys, so I'm going to be having a live chat with Dream Factory, and hold on, I'll add her.
Our dream is to reach 1 billion young people. So Dream Factory, we have a huge dream, and our dream is to empower young people throughout the world. And we are very passionate about the upliftment of young women. And our mission at Dream Factory Foundation is to empower young people through education, equipping them with skills, and also connecting them to meaningful opportunities so that they could live purpose-driven lives. And it's an organization that is also a youth-led, also young women led as well. And so we are young people very passionate about Africa, very passionate about young people. And so when we met Megan and the Crown workshop, it was just a perfect match. And yes, we in the education space, but also in the entrepreneurship space. We believe that entrepreneurship in Africa, it's really the key, to creating sustainable livelihoods. And so, and what the Crown workshop was, it was just so beautiful. I mean, it was a match between education, about hair, but also education about how to turn that into a business for young women. But also at the core was about self-love, loving yourself naturally. And so that was just a perfect match for us, because that's what we believe in, like young women loving themselves. And so one of our programs that we have at Dream Factory Foundation, it's called the Emergent Business and Coding Academy, and it's where we take about every year we take about 40 young women, and we teach them business skills, personal development skills, entrepreneurship skills, computer skills, that young women are always, and aligned with the changing world of work. And so young women are always, at the forefront in terms of like what's happening in the digital space, what's happening in the tech space, what's happening in the business space, so that we really want to know that we really believe that, a lot of stats you read in South Africa is about the gender-based violence that's currently, increasing because of the COVID-19 impact. And so we are seeing all of those social ills, and Dream Factory Foundation is addressing those ills one by one. And so know that to achieve our big dream of impacting 1 billion young people, in the world, we know that we have to partner with incredible organizations like MVG Naturals, that they also have the same mission. And so we really are calling to everyone who thinks that they can partner with us. We welcome that. We believe in collaboration, how to really reach out to so many more young people. And also what we're also doing now is the food parcels. We've been able to give food parcels to young women, to feed not only themselves but also their families, and that's part of what Megan has also been helping us with. And we hope to have more partners in this particular agenda, because really in our communities, we work in township communities and rural communities, and food insecurity right now, it's really at an all-time high, and it's really increased the vulnerability of young women in our country.
So I have a quick question. So a lot of the people just in the States, they're not too familiar with South Africa and what's a township. So if you could give an overview of that, because I've always wanted South African, like just the story of South Africa to be told by a South African. So I don't share that much about my experiences because I feel like it's not my story to share. So I would love for you to just give people an overview of why this is a community that would be perfect for just getting food sponsorship or donations, and also like why is it perfect to invest in entrepreneurship and making sure women feel confident, comfortable, and beautiful with their hair so they can show up in other areas.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of people know about, the history of apartheid through, reading about, Dr. Nelson Mandela and what he did for the struggle. But most people don't understand the legacies of apartheid. That yes, thank God apartheid was, abolished, and, we entered a new democracy in 1994. It's been 26 years now into the new democracy. But what that left was legacies, right, of great inequality. South Africa is one of the most unequal countries in the entire world. So there's now what's the opposite in terms of the US dynamic is that in the US, white people are the majority, and African Americans are the minority. But in South Africa, it's the other way around, right? So you have millions of people living in the legacies of apartheid where, you know, there's poor housing. People don't have proper housing. There's no sanitation. There's unemployment is at its all-time high, especially youth unemployment. Our education levels are also very poor. You know, South Africa, yes, it's one of the countries that's, you know, that's progressive in terms of that's progressive in terms of African continent, but there's such severe poverty, and you know, there's also, you know, people know a lot about that the HIV pandemic, it hit really hard in Southern Africa, and young women are still the most vulnerable to HIV infection. And so we have a country that has high crime rates. And I think for me, it's the fact that I think the nation never really healed from apartheid. So you have, you know, communities where crime is so high and women are the victims of this crime. You know, the government, there's no way, means to deal with the demand of employment. And so what entrepreneurship does is that it gives women the key to have their own businesses. You know, women able to be to be independent, because we live in a country where, you know, social welfare, it's so minimal that it does not even allow you to have groceries for an entire month. You know, like 400 Rand for a family of 7 people, that buys like 5 days worth of groceries. So the government has such a demand that they themselves cannot fulfill it, right? And people are increasingly, you know, becoming angry, and then who are left to be more vulnerable? It's women and children. So entrepreneurship brings the power back to the young women, that they have, you know, whatever talents they can have about, hey, you know, learning talents about, I mean, this notion that you know, that natural hair is you know, is beautiful, and women don't have to, you know, relax their hair. We grew up relaxing our hair when we are from 3 years old. You know, we're told that's the way you should do, have straight hair. And so now to make, you know, make this shifting this narrative, we say, you know what, your crown is beautiful the way it is. And by the way, you know that you can actually turn this into a business. You can actually, like, you know, be authentic, love who you are, and be part of it, you know. And so entrepreneurship is really the key for not only South Africa, but every country in Africa. And that's something that's not really driven into our education system. We really taught that go to school and get a job. But then you get to school, but then there's no jobs waiting for you. So what must happen?
Yeah.
So this entrepreneurship, you know, agenda is so important, and we need to tell young people at an early stage.
Okay. No, thank you so much. See, and I really think it's important for people just to have a background and an understanding of why the work of the Crown Workshop is necessary, but also investing in entrepreneurship and just really spreading light in the world. You know, it was not easy for me to leave LA and move to South Africa, but I really realized after doing the workshops that it was more of a need. And I realized that sometimes you need to do what makes, like, what gives you the most passion, and also what's your superpower. And I really know that with my experience doing hair, my experience doing diversity training in the workplace, and just all of my years working in the aerospace industry, it's great to be able to do more of the professional development, the personal development, coupled with the natural hair journey, because your natural hair journey will significantly be better when you love yourself. And when you love yourself, you can show up in relationships, you can show up in your family. And I don't know, I just feel like this is exactly what I'm supposed to be doing. And as I build the Crown Workshop, it, you know, everything is deeper than hair. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like hair care is a human right. And the fact that we grow up in the world where we have to depend on other people to make us feel beautiful is not really sustainable. And I'm really excited because I've seen women from all around the world have the same issues with their hair, but not just with their hair. It's the thinking behind their hair. It's the mindset. It's the narratives of colonialism that influence and inform your self-image. You know what I mean? So I'm excited about this because I know when things get, I don't even want to say more normal, when the world opens up in a way that will facilitate future workshops, we will do it. But in the meantime, I want to support, you know, Dream Factory in any way that I can, because it's just a really wonderful organization. And even a few weeks ago, I was able to actually go to a pitch competition and be a judge. And I just think that I am really interested in aligning the Crown Workshop with organizations that are, number one, making impact, that are one, serving women in just some of the most vulnerable communities and also the most underserved communities. And also I want to partner with organizations that are rooted in faith and just really thinking beyond themselves. It was really, when I found out that 400 Rand could feed a family for a month, I just thought about how many people in the US can give up a few burritos and give up some coffee and really contribute to women and children around the world that, you know, pretty soon you might learn about their stories through the work that I'm doing. So during lockdown, I just decided that even though I didn't have that much, I would just at least try to sponsor just even if it's a meal every Friday, if it's 300 Rand through a gift card, and I would just kind of gift people with these very randomly. Like it could be in the bathroom, I could be in the store, wherever like my spirit said give, I would just give. And I feel like that's a really beautiful way to add light in the world. So in addition to just giving, I think that complimenting people and like, yes, queen, I love your hair, you know, all of that is going to give people the pep in their step that they need. So I'm really happy that my Friend's House Foundation has decided that every Wednesday in November, we're going to sponsor groceries for different families via Dream Factory. And right now, we're just going to continue to build, and just every week we'll give an update on just how much we've raised and how much we were able to buy, and then who are some of the families that were, you know, maybe benefiting from it. And yeah, I just, you know, I'm really excited to just continue this conversation. I wanted to do it live via Facebook because I know I haven't been that active, but guys, building a business is so challenging. But I have so many things in store. I love Cape Town. I've learned that you have to do your business in the place that makes you the most happy, in the place where you feel like you have a community. And I've met the Dream Factory Foundation via a church I've started going to, Christ Embassy. So it's just so beautiful. So I can't wait to share more. If there's anything else you want to add, I want to keep it short and sweet because you're going to see us every Wednesday. So just prepare yourself.
Yes. I want just to visually show. So Megan has already graciously given
I
already
wanted to start early. You got to put your money where your mouth is. And I feel like I can give up the avocado toast. I can give up some things, you know?
Yeah. So, I mean, I think I really, I mean, until you actually, you know, like be there and give families, you know, that food parcel, like it's been emotional for me to have been doing that at Dream Factory. I mean, we've been able to impact so far about 40 families, but I mean, there's millions of families that I need. And just to see families, you know, in tears, families really being so grateful because you are the only, there's no one that does that. It's unusual for someone to just come to your doorstep and say, here are your groceries, no strings attached, you know, go forward, you know, be blessed. And hopefully that this goes a long way with you guys and the family. So I want to show everyone what we were able to purchase with Megan's donation. Megan, thank you so much.
Yeah, of course.
Yes. Right. So this is going to go to a family in need. It's going to go to two families. One in Philippi Township and one in Khayelitsha. So I wasn't able to bring everything, but there's some of the groceries that I'm able to show right now. I'm going to use my phone just to show. I was even using the sugar as my holder for the camera. So I'm not sure if you guys can see. So yeah, so these are the groceries. Carrots, we have some potatoes, we have some sugar, some tin fish over there. We have some stock, we have some coffee, 7 kgs of potatoes and onions. We have some cooking oil, we have more sugar, more beans, more sugar, and we have rice. So Yeah, so that was, yeah, and that is about 500 rands worth of groceries.
Okay.
So you can imagine, convert that into dollars. I'm not actually quite sure exactly what that is.
Yeah.
Um,
So I have a question. For that, would each of the families get that package right there?
just a few less items because I wasn't able to just bring everything myself. But
Yeah.
yes, basically 90% of this, 90% of this, we're going to the families. So as you saw, there are 2 7 kgs of potato. So that means 1 7 kg will go to one family, so anything that's repeated would go to another
Okay,
family.
cool. Okay, cool. Yeah, I just want to understand because, the thing is, sometimes what I've realized about just coming to South Africa as a student, especially as an international student, it really broke my heart that I felt like South Africa is very a tourist-centric place, because when you go to places in town, and it took me a really long time to really understand how much people were actually making each day and what was the minimum wage, because I'm realizing the places that I'm going to, sometimes I go to a place and the meal comes up to 200 Rand. You know what I mean? And that didn't sit right with me, because I feel like it doesn't make sense for a country to not be accessible to the people who live here.
Yeah.
And the people who work at the restaurants wouldn't be able to afford these meals due to how steep the price is, because it's accommodating other currencies. So, we do 2 families this week, and, let's see what next week does. But what I want to do is, I want to challenge people just to donate $5.25, and you can add it. And can you give us your PayPal information?
Yes.
So what's the PayPal?
Yes, PayPal, yeah.
Okay, so what I'll do is I'll just provide a link via Facebook and also via Instagram. But I've realized if I could have even just 10 people donate $5.25, maybe we could have 4 families or 5 families. So yeah, this is just a great way to add some light in the world. And honestly, guys, like it really comes down to, if my basic needs aren't met, I'm not going to think about my hair. Like when you think of Maslow's hierarchy of needs, I need to make sure people are fed so then they can think about their personal grooming. And if we're in a position to do this, I think that it should be prioritized. So thank you so much, Queen. I'm really excited to see this grow. I will see you every Wednesday, and maybe we can have more people on the Zoom call who are related, maybe my Friends House Foundation. But I think that we're just going to keep this going. And yeah, so if you want to go to dreamfactoryfoundation.org, you can also go to the donate page and just put in the comments that you're doing a grocery donation. And every week we'll give an update on how much was raised and how many families were able to be impacted. And, I've been talking about this a lot, but don't take your influence for granted. And I did for a long time, because when you're growing your business, sometimes you feel like, especially in the world where everyone's so concerned with followers and all that stuff, I just want people to realize that they can impact one person, and that matters, and they should prioritize it. So if your 525 can influence one family, give up that burrito, baby. Okay? Okay. So, but yeah, guys, thanks for joining. And I'll be going live more often, just with beautiful things we're going to be doing in the world via MBG, Crown Workshop, my Friends House Foundation, Dream Factory, and also stay tuned, because I have a lot of beautiful hair things coming, and I can't wait to be able to announce it. Is there anything else you'd like to say, Queen?
Yeah, I'd like to just say that also, follow us also on our social media pages, just to also get to know more about Dream Factory Foundation. We're very active on the Instagram page. And so we also have some videos there, that speak more about the impact we've been able to make. And we'll also be sharing with you the journey, sharing your pictures of families, so you can also just know the people that you're actually impacting. And these are real people with real stories, with real lives, and with real dreams and real passions. And let's all help each other. I think, as I said, just a burrito, you can really go a long way. And so I want to just express our great gratefulness to you, Megan. Thank you so much. You've really been a blessing to Dream Factory Foundation, and we consider you family. And we're just excited for what I feel it, right? Excited for what, the impact we're able to make together, and we invite everyone to be a part of it. Like, no, nothing is too small. Nothing is too small. Every single thing, every dollar makes a difference, and we want to just extend our family love to everyone, and be grateful for this opportunity with you.
Okay, wonderful. And guys, just to give you some context, $1 right now is about 15 or 16 Rand. So, it really matters. And if you can contribute anything or just really tap into Dream Factory Foundation and learn what they're doing, I just think you'll really get a lot from it. And yeah, this is a wonderful time to just add light in the world, and don't take your influence for granted, and understand that hair care is a basic need, but if your basic needs aren't met, you can't think about anything else. And I know that personally. So, okay. Well, guys, I hope you have a lovely day. Thank you so much, Queen. I can't wait to see how this grows. Maybe a month from now, we'll have like 50 families. That would be amazing. Or like, why not 100? Why not like 500?
I receive.
Yeah.
I receive all of that. Yes. 50 families, 100 families, 5,000 families. Yes, I receive. Yes.
Okay, perfect.
Thank you so much,
Have
Megan.
a lovely night. Thank you for joining, guys. Please follow the Dream Factory Foundation on Instagram and just stay tuned for what's to come. And I hope you guys have a lovely day and care for your crown. Thank you. Okay, bye.
Thank you, everybody. Bye.